What happened next left him completely speechless. Billionaire James Anderson was used to having control over everything in his life, except his twins. Born healthy but unusual, his 2-year-old children hadn't walked or spoken yet. Doctors shrugged, giving vague advice and little hope. Frustrated and worried, James felt helpless. Money couldn't fix this, and he didn't know where to turn. In desperation, James hired a highly recommended nanny, a quiet woman named Lila. She seemed ordinary at first, but there was something about her calm presence that put the children at ease. Within hours of her starting, something strange began to happen. James would peek to the living room window and watch, barely believing his eyes. The twins, who had never spoken, started giggling in a way that seemed almost musical. Their tiny feet tapped the floor rhythmically, as if following an invisible beat. Lila sat cross-legged on the floor, clapping her hands softly and guiding them in gentle movements. Days passed, and the change was undeniable. The twins began saying simple words, Mama, Dada, Lila, and even laughed like other children. They took their first steps, wobbly at first, but unstoppable. James couldn't comprehend it. How had she done it? No expensive therapies, no fancy equipment. Just Lila, her patience, and something unexplainable in her approach. Curious, James finally asked Lila what her secret was. She smiled and said, I just really listen. Children know how to heal themselves when someone truly sees them. It was more than a method, it was magic. In a home once filled with worry and silence, laughter and life now overflowed. The billionaire had thought money could solve everything, but what truly changed his children's world was kindness, attention, and belief in their potential. Even James had to admit, some things, like the pure joy of seeing his children speak their first words and walk for the first time, were priceless. And that, he realized, was the power Lila brought into their lives. Sometimes, the most extraordinary miracles come from the simplest acts of love, he thought, speechless but forever grateful. If this story moved you, don't forget to subscribe, and share, because you never know whose life can change in a single moment.